Guess who's back? It's the Beyond the Film podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Tyler.
I'm Justin.
I'm Ryan.
And gentlemen, we are talking about the much anticipated, at least from my end, the much anticipated return of the Wayans brothers to the Scary Movie franchise. A day I genuinely thought, ever since the Weinsteins basically stole the Scary Movie franchise from them right before the release of 3, I genuinely thought we would never see the Wayans back in a Scary Movie again. But they've been gone a long time. There's a lot of movies in here to parody. Does it live up to the hype? So, gentlemen, who wants to talk about Scary Movie first?
I can let Justin start. I've got a couple of things to say, but Justin saw it first, so I want to see his opinions.
Well, honestly, I wasn't super excited when I heard this coming out. Only because, I mean, it's not like the Wayans have been gone off of cinema and we haven't seen them in the years that Scary Movie's been gone. And from what I've seen, Marlon Wayans has been in parody movies. I mean, he was in, I think, a Paranormal Activity one. He was in like a Haunted House movie. And just going off of what those movies were, it wasn't really good. None of them were really funny at all. It seemed like the only time I actually was excited to see Marlon Wayans in anything was him. And that was not really a high bar to jump from. But I mean, it was good to see the cast again. I mean, they even brought characters back who I was not expecting to see come back. Obviously, I don't think the new cast meshed really well with the old one. It felt like the new cast was trying a lot harder to try and be as better or as good as the old cast was, and it just seemed like it just did not work. It didn't seem like it vibed really well. It seemed almost like the Wayans wrote it better for the older group and not so much for the younger cast, so it didn't seem like they had much to work with. But also the references was like really overdone. I thought there was a lot of it seemed like every 5 seconds it was reference to a movie, reference to this, reference to that. I'm like, I get it, but like, damn, can we go like 5 minutes with maybe out having 65 references mixed in there? Because I feel like all of them are just going to age horribly, and people are either going to be like, I don't remember that movie, or be like, oh yeah, that was in the 2020s, you know. But for a scary movie, it's definitely not the worst. It's not the best though either.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan, are you going next here? Or?
Yeah, I can agree with Justin. I by all means I didn't enjoy it. It's not like the best scary movie. It had me chuckle a couple times, but like in my review, the best way that I put it was, it's almost like the Wayans brothers are still in their a haunted house era instead of their like original scary movie phase. Like they kind of lost the touch of what scary movie was supposed to be. I thought, and Tyler especially can vouch for this, my entire life I've always thought shock humor is really funny. To be offensive is funny. But I actually don't find it very funny in this movie. I actually think that we're just trying to do shock humor to be offensive instead of trying to make it a joke and make it be funny. We're seeing how offensive we can be instead of trying to make it funny, which it should be. Offensive humor is and can be funny. But it's not when you're just constantly attacking the same thing over and over and over again in the same movie, instead of having there be a comedic side to it. And I could see your dog's very interested in the Stormont side.
Yeah,
But do either of you guys feel that maybe this, and not that this movie was too offensive by all means, but that there wasn't really comedy behind the offensive nature of it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, Justin, if you want to answer that question before I go.
Oh no, you could go ahead first.
Yeah. So Scary Movie is definitively in two eras for me. There's the first two movies, with the third movie being a bridge, and then 4 and 5 kind of being its full transition into shock humor for the sake of shock humor, right? I recently actually just rewatched 2, 3, and 4. I will not rewatch 5. And the good news is that for all I'm going to say about this movie, it's better than 5.
Oh
because
yeah, I've never finished 5. I couldn't make it through it.
5 is a truly awful experience. And so from when the Wayans brothers had control of this franchise, who, you know, they had a strong parody sense too in the late 90s and early 2000s, not just with Scary Movie, but also with Don't Be a Menace. They had a good grasp of comedy at the time. They were just coming off of Living Color. They were genuine comedy stars. So when Scary Movie came out and it was a big smash, it kind of started a very unlikely franchise that was just kind of rushed into production for that second film. And then, yes, once the Weinsteins took Scary Movie away from the Wayans and basically gave it to David Zucker, the series went downhill. It's poop and fart jokes, throw up jokes nonstop. And yeah, maybe when I was 10, I thought that was funny, but you know, watching Scary Movie, right? Scary Movie 6. I just don't think it works for me anymore. I did not like this movie. Like I would actually go as far to say it's my most disappointing movie of the year so far. You know, I was so happy to see the Wayans back, especially Sean Wayans, like Marlon Wayans, as Justin has said, has been around doing comedies for a while, not just with the Haunted House movie and its sequel, but also he did a really bad parody for 50 Shades of Grey, and you know, seeing him do that stuff more recently, it's just like I don't think he's got anything left in the tank comedically. So when this movie came out, I'm like, are we going to get back to that same Wayans brothers charm we got with those first 2 movies, or is this movie just going to be an extension of where the Wayans are now? And it very clearly is just, you know, another example of a haunted house movie, right? The Wayans brothers clearly have had comedy pass them by. They said, like, you know, we're bringing comedy back. We're going to make comedy offensive again. But I mean, nothing in here is like overly shocking or offensive. The movie itself, like, despite it being a parody film, has no plot, even for a parody film. At least say what you can about the first 2 movies. Like, in between the gags, like, there's a plot you can follow. Here, they set something up a la Scream, what is that, Scream 6? And Scream 7 towards the end of the movie. Like the bookends of this movie, like there's some stuff there. But the middle of the movie, it's nothing from a jump from reference to reference to reference with no direction or guidance. And maybe it just comes down to the fact that maybe they felt they were away from the game too long, and we just got to parody every freaking horror movie that was popular for the last 20 years. And if you think about it, that's not why the first 2 Scary Movies worked. The first Scary Movie worked because it basically stuck to Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Scary Movie 2, you know, maybe didn't work as much, but worked because it stuck to The Haunting of Hill House. That's frankly pretty much it outside of it, like an Exorcist opening, right?
Wait. No, Scary Movie 2 was not Haunting of Hill House. It was House on Haunted Hill.
Well, sorry, no, it was, well, that was part of it, but the parody was it was based on the book A Haunting of Hill House, but it was called The Haunting. It came out in like 99.
Okay.
With
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that was the main parody of that. Like, when you just focus on that and then you have a few gags to fill it in with some comedic talent, that's when it's fun. And this movie just, God, it was just sad, right? Like, yeah, all these characters are back. Like, Shorty's back doing his stupid little laugh, but like, after the first like 5 seconds, it felt just like my uncle doing the same joke he's been doing for 20 years, and it's just no longer funny anymore, right? Sorry, I've rambled for long enough.
No, I want to build off what you're saying and just kind of say that, like, back to what you were saying about the references. So, like, we did a reference that really didn't fit into the movie at all in any way. and was kind of a really stupid joke just so that we can make a white chicks joke. What was the stuff referencing? Were we referencing Soylent Green?
No, it was the movie The Substance that came out last year.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
yes. Okay.
you know, despite that Substance reference having like no bearing on the plot of the movie, I actually thought that. I mean, I would say that's kind of a spoiler, Ryan, because that joke I think is one of the better jokes in the movie. Like I thought that white chicks reference was earned. But
I didn't think it fit into the movie at all whatsoever.
But I think that's more because the Substance scene didn't fit into the movie at all. Like we were there. Like if you want to say there's a plot to this movie, like okay, the Ghostface killer is going from person to person to person, but all these people are just in their like own little movie parodies, right? Like Shorty's in Get Out, Sherry O'Terry's in The Substance, Cindy Campbell's Halloween, right? And
Regina Hall is in Ma.
Ma.
Which I'm like, of all the big time movies you could reference, like Ma, really? Like
I don't even know most people got that reference.
Yeah, like
Courtney loves that movie, and she didn't get that reference until maybe halfway through the movie when she said, "Call me Ma."
Yeah, no, it just seemed like they just threw too much at the wall, and that's not necessarily a bad thing if you can get the jokes to stick. And just like I was sitting there and I'm like, is this movie really just that unfunny? Like am I old now? Like
it felt more like a clip show. It was like watching clips of like highlights of other movies, because like you said, at least with the first two, they had at least a story and then reference the jokes from other movies in there. Like the first one actually parodies like the horror tropes, like when Shannon Elizabeth's character gets killed, she overdoes the whole I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna scream. Like she overdoes it all because it's so overdone itself. But this one, it's just clip, reference, clip, and it's like the whole story. There's no point. And even at the ending with that whole twist ending, it basically said this whole movie did not matter at all. Like this,
I don't know. I like that twist ending.
I liked it a lot.
I did too. I like the twist ending too, but it just made it seem like everything that just happened was completely pointless. This movie was just done just to do it for the hell of it, you know.
I'll be honest.
Like, that's the point, right? Like it was a more self-referential ending than Scream 7. Like
true, very true.
I just want to say, Justin, there was a point, because I read part of your review before we saw it. I saw like the first screen or whatever, and on that first screen there were like really good twist ending, and I leaned over at Tyler towards the end and I was like, I think Justin's never seen Scream 5.
Yeah.
Because it was like the exact same thing up until like a certain part, but it was funny. I was like, I don't think Justin's ever watched Scream 5.
Right. Justin, back to what you were saying before. When you talked in the very beginning, you mentioned on how like some of these references are like to like internet memes and culture that like are going to become dated in a few years. And like, yeah, I do agree with you. But I mean, like, if you think back to like Scary Movie 1, they basically took that "What's that" Budweiser commercial and made it their own. Like, if you don't overload the thing with references that, you know, people might or might not get, like maybe you got something there. But the problem is like back when Scary Movie came out in 2000, media was a lot more monocultural, meaning that like everybody saw those Budweiser ads. Everybody saw the Nike basketball commercial that's parodied in the second one. Now because we're so in our own worlds media wise, like all of the internet references, like I got because I'm like habitually online, but someone who like enjoyed the first movie in 2000 coming back, they're not going to get that Sean Wayans was mimicking the "I am delivered" guy.
I have no idea what that is. You had to explain that to me.
I gotta send you that one. Like I love that reference, and I felt like I was the only one in the theater who got it. Like, you know, like you can only 6-7 your way to so many jokes.
Literally, there is a like, 6-7 joke in it. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, like, yeah. It just seems like the movie's running down a checklist. Like we got to do Sinners because it was a big movie, not because Sinners is worth parodying.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's not about making a cohesive story or making an understandable story. It's about how many references and jokes can we fit into it, and like it truly, there were points in the movie where I like blinked and was like, did I miss a scene in the movie?
Well, like, and that's the formula of the worst parody movies, right? You think of epic movie, disaster movie, Meet the Spartans. All of them are just like loaded with a bunch of pop culture references that either become dated immediately after the movie comes out, or they just do it for the sake of like to forsake the plot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, once again, like I think I might be, because I saw both of you guys gave this movie 3 stars. I think for how this conversation's going, I think that's way too high. Like,
well, let me be honest.
Okay.
I once again went into this movie expecting something similar to Scary Movie 5. So my expectations were raised a little bit.
Okay.
Because I laughed at least once or twice. And there was some fun parts of the movie. It's still like a watchable, it's still like got a little bit of laugh to it. I
personally think the beginning and the end of this movie are pretty good. It's the middle part that I just have the biggest problem.
Well, and that's all right. That's how you make and like leave a memorable movie is like. I mean, I've always been referred to it as a shit sandwich. You start with something good, you put something crappy in the center, and then you end with something good. And people will only remember the good parts because you started on it and you ended on it.
Yeah, but after 20 some odd years, that's really the best you can do. Like,
I'll be honest, I fully agree with you. I think that Marlon Wayans is very vocal online about how he thinks this is a perfect movie and how it couldn't have been any better. But I think I agree with you. I think they're just losing their knack for comedy. I think that they're getting old, and I think what's funny to them isn't really funny to people anymore.
Plus, I feel like they also looked at all the other movies and thought, well, we can't make anything as bad as the rest of those pieces of crap. So, I mean, the bar was already so low that you could just basically lift your foot up and you already raised the bar higher than any of those other movies.
Yeah, well, I mean...
sorry, just one more thing. That's the other thing that changed about their comedy style. Is the first 2 movies especially, we weren't making fun of movies. We were redoing the plot of a movie, throwing in other movies, and making it funny. But it seems now, with this one, that we're like maliciously making fun of these horror movies and these other like films and references, and it feels more malicious towards those movies about how they're so successful instead of making it a fun parody of that movie.
I mean, I don't think it was malicious. I just don't think it was like overly celebratory like the first movie was of Scream, right?
Yeah.
Like the movies just take kind of like just a neutral stance of like, yeah, this movie exists. It's not a bad movie, but it's not like, you know, the greatest thing since sliced bread either.
I mean, and with that, I guess Melissa Barrera actually wanted to be a part of this movie, and I'm not quite sure why she was refused. I know he claims that he just never saw that she vocalized that she wanted to be a part of it, but I would have been curious to see something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that whole scenario, like it was, and basically it does, right? I mean, the whole movie in and of its, when this movie's at its best, it's parodying Scream 6 and 7 and all of the behind the scenes crap that's gone into all of that. And that's where I think the movie is the strongest. Like I actually thought the ghost face reveal at the end of the movie is some of their strongest writing they've ever done.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was incredibly meta, incredibly self-referential, and I was impressed. Like don't get me wrong. Like I am mostly negative on this movie, but like I'm willing to give the movie its props. Like they still have something left in the tank. I just wish they had more. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, it's almost like they had an ending without having a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. All right, gentlemen, anything else?
What would you guys give this? See it in theaters or skip it?
I'd wait till streaming.
I would too.
I would too. Have a couple beers, enjoy yourself, and watch a movie.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so here, real quickly before we go, just off the top of your heads, what are the official rankings of the Scary Movie franchise for you guys? I'll go first if you need me to think.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Go first.
I think I would go 5 is easily the worst. I think 4 is still worse than this one. I'd go 4, 6, 3, 2, 1.
That's actually
Okay.
kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm only gonna say this because 3 was the first one I ever watched. So 3 and 4 kind of hold special place in my heart because I saw 3 and then I saw 4 in theaters. And I understand they're both not as good as 1 and 2, but I can't put 4 at the bottom of the list, but I definitely can't put 1 and 2 at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
I would have to say 1, 3, 2, 4, this one, and 5 doesn't even make it on my list.
Yeah. Well, you know what 3's biggest problem is? Is
It
that it's
doesn't have enough Leslie
PG-13.
Nielsen?
No,
Yeah,
it's that it's
yeah.
PG-13. Like, if they would have just, like, made it raunchier, like, made some more adult jokes and just fully went in on it, I think it would have been a way better movie. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of handcuffed there.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
been a
and
very
4
long time since I've seen it though, so I'd have to give it a rewatch.
Yeah, three's okay. Three's genuinely just like a middle of the road movie, and 4 just very much feels like 3's leftovers.
And I'm kind of shocked from 3. I forget the dude's name that Cindy was like dating in that movie. I'm shocked we didn't see him in this one because we
George?
saw. Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see him like even in as like a quick cameo or something.
We didn't
like
see a
well-
lot. We didn't see
well-
Buffy from the first one. We didn't see any of
Yeah.
the people.
Justin, Simon Rex, who played him, died in Scary Movie 4 during the $1 Million Baby scene when his neck got crushed. And
but-
yes, I totally understand that even if a character dies in this franchise,
yeah,
they
'Cause the
can
dude-
still return.
yeah, because the
Spoiler
police
alert.
officer died in the first one too, and he came back and has a kid now.
Did he?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why Shannon Elizabeth has like her whole scene, and then she wins the
Oh yeah.
and she
Mhm.
wins her whole thing.
Yeah. But spoiler alert. We have. This is the only movie where Brenda does not die.
Surprisingly,
She
yeah,
dies.
No, she doesn't.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure she dies.
She
No,
faked
walked
it.
away-
She did the whole.
Were you not
ketchup
watching the
routine.
end of the movie?
Hold on, let me confirm this.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, to be honest, I was a little checked out, and then that ending just got me right back into it.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, I mean, even the post-credit scenes. By the way, stick around for post-credit scenes. Even the post-credit scenes are like, okay, we have another joke here, but we can't shoehorn it in anywhere, so we just gotta, like, I don't know. Yeah, streaming for sure.
Yep.
Yep.
Close this out, Tyler.
What's your favorite scary movie? Is it Scary Movie 6? Leave a comment down below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you not going to see it because it's not White Chicks 2? Let us know. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
White Chicks 2 would have sucked also.
Dude, hey, you know what? Even though I didn't like this movie, if this movie makes enough money where we get White Chicks 2, I'm there. I don't care if it's bad. Like,
We're getting Scary Movie 7.
Yeah, we
well,
are.
we probably are.
Yeah.
I think White
It's
Chicks
a
2
trilogy.
is contingent on this movie doing well, too. So,
Yeah, it's gonna be picked up by Netflix or somebody.
fine. You know, that's frankly, that's where this movie should have went. Like, this should have just been like a Netflix release, and I think I
Yeah.
would have been less harsh on it.
Anyways,
Yeah,
see
sorry.
you guys next week for Disclosure Day.
Woo! Spielberg!
The end of his trilogy between. Yes, he's calling Close Encounters, E.T., and this movie a trilogy. Find out more when we see it next week.
Didn't he
E.T.
do
seems
War
like
of the
kind of an
Worlds
odd one
too?
out there.